What's up, my comic comrades? The long-awaited Hulk vs. Thor Banner of War miniseries has arrived. The first issue just dropped last week, so we're here to break it down for you and see how this epic battle kicks off. We're also going to briefly recap Hulk issue 6, which leads into the story. It's also officially Comic-Con season, my people, and after 2 difficult years, geekdom's biggest events that we have all come to love are finally starting to hit their stride again. And one of them is AwesomeCon, which returns to Washington, D.C. June 3rd through the 5th. We've said it many times, but there is nothing quite like a massive group of fellow geeks and nerds coming together to celebrate everything we love about comics, movies, anime, manga, gaming, collectibles, and pop culture. It brings the community together in a way that's unlike anything. And AwesomeCon, which you could check out for yourself at awesomecon.com, is one of the best geek and pop culture-centric events in our nation's capital every year. The 3-day event will be packed full of amazing celebrity guests and panels, including Captain Carter herself, Haley Atwell, Star Wars icon Anthony Daniels, Giancarlo Esposito, who plays Moff Gideon in the Mandalorian series, and a spotlight panel for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings with Simu Liu and other cast members. On the exhibit hall, you'll also find other aspects we have all come to know and love, including Artist Alley, where you can see some of your favorite comic creators and their work, as well as vendor booths for some of the biggest brand names and most talented creators in geekdom. So if you're in the Washington, D.C. area or planning to make your way down there, AwesomeCon will take over the Walter E. Washington Convention Center from June 3rd through June 5th. They have ticket options for single-day badges to 3-day badges, all the way up to Club Awesome. And you could use our promo code Awesome Variant to get 10% off a single-day badge, adult 3-day badge, and or a kids 3-day badge. Again, it's awesomecon.com to check out the entire event lineup and badge options for yourself. But now let's talk comics and what promises to be the greatest Hulk vs. Thor battle to date. Alright, as promised, let's start with a brief recap of Hulk issue 6. In the issue, we see a new part of Banner's brain has taken over Starship Hulk in the form of Betty Ross. If you want to know how we got to this point, we actually did an episode on issues 3 and 4 of the Hulk series, so go watch that and that will get you up to speed. In any case, Betty says, everyone always says the same thing, that the Hulk is Bruce's ID, the embodiment of a scared little boy overwhelmed with impotent rage because of the abuse he endured when he was a blah blah blah. We've all heard the same sad little song a million times. I suppose there are other deeper theories, but that seems to be the prevailing one. But something about it just never felt complete. It always seems like so much wasted potential. Well, here, let Betty show you, as we get a close-up of her evil grin and creepy looking eyes. She goes on to say, take for example the Hulk's personality has been trapped in the engine room of this ridiculous starship for some time now, caged, abused, and made to perform a level of violence and mayhem that, well, I mean, look at it. It's insane, cruel, inhumane. It's my understanding that Stage 10 is purely hypothetical. Stage 9 includes the combined might of the Kree, the Shi'ar, the Inhumans, the Silver Surfer, and the so-called Universal Constants, like the Living Tribunal, Thanos, Adam Warlock, and the Phoenix Force. Ah yes, and Galactus, who for whatever reason appears to be a Hulk. Which I suppose brings me to my point. Over the years, there's been so many Hulks. Gray ones, red ones, blue ones, Wolverine ones. It seems to me that, well, everyone gets to have a Hulk these days. Bruce has a Hulk, Rick had a Hulk, Ross had a Hulk, Jennifer has a Hulk, Amadeus had a Hulk, hell, even God has a Hulk. So really, it's unfair, isn't it? I mean, why can't the Hulk have a Hulk? And she's saying this as the Hulk is fighting President Ross's Gamma Army, which is causing the Hulk to transform into something else. And that something else is the Hulk's Hulk called Titan. As we realize, Betty Ross is actually the Titan persona in Bruce's mind. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Donny Cates just gave the Hulk a Hulk transformation. Utterly insane. Needless to say, this Hulk dubbed Titan starts wrecking shop on President Ross's army, but long story short, Banner and the Hulk are able to subdue the Titan persona, with Banner trapping the Hulk in the engine room once more and turning him back into a starship. But there's one problem. President Ross's army drops a G-bomb where the Hulk is that's gonna destroy pretty much everything. Banner, now back in control of the Hulk, overloads the energy signature to the portal that brought him there so that when the bomb detonates, the fallout is absorbed by the portal. The Banner of this world, who recently just killed President Ross, is talking to the 616 Banner through all of this and says, I'm not sure where the portal will send you, but please, wherever you go, I hope and pray that you don't end up like me. Do not become another weapon. Use what you have. This great indestructible miracle of yours. Use it for good. Use it for peace. As we see Hulk travel through the portal and come face to face with Mjolnir. And that, my friends, brings us to Banner of War. Hulk vs. Thor Banner of War Alpha Issue 1 starts off with the Watcher saying, "Greetings, I am the Watcher. My sworn duty is to witness and catalog seismic events that would shape and alter the course of history itself. I am called Uatu, and I am here to bear witness to the greatest battle that any world has ever known. A battle between two legendary and unbreakable foes, the mighty Thor and the Incredible Hulk. These two Leviathans have fought in the past. This is true, but not like this. No, this time, rage and thunder shall collide in a war so brilliant and awesome that stories of it will be sung for untold millennia. Make no mistake, this is a battle unlike any you have ever seen. But first allow me to bring you up to speed, as it were." We then get an epic recap of Thor's arc since Donny Cates took over Thor. And it reads, "After the War of the Realms, Odin gave the crown and throne of Asgard to his son Thor. In his brief time as king, Thor has been met with challenges that would have bent lesser beings to their knees. In the beginning, there was Galactus, and the dire revelations that lay within the entity that called itself the Black Winter. In the end, Thor destroyed Galactus in a grand act of defiance. He also killed the Black Winter, or so he thought. That fate is not for me to speak of, and is a tale for another time," which basically tells us Black Winter is coming back around. Donny Cates has been teasing that for quite a while. Anyway, the comic goes on to say, "And then there were the visions of the Mad Titan, of the entropy of existence, the emergence of the Golden Shadow, of Donald Blake, driven mad and trapped, now chained forever upon the Rock of Eternity. And then the cruelest of all the Thunder King's trials, the possession of Mjolnir by the billion raging souls of the Man-God. A battle won but at a great price. Mjolnir shattered, and Odin, Thor's father and the former ruler of the land of Asgard, lay dead in Thor's very arms, but not gone. Odin's soul became trapped in Mjolnir itself, speaking in a voice that only Thor can hear. And so it was that a grieving, vengeful king was told by his ravens that the Hulk had been found in a land far from those that he had known. A timely gift for a god in desperate need of something to hit." As we see Thor stare at Mjolnir with a grin on his face. We then get a recap of what the Hulk has been up to lately, as the Watcher says, "And then there is Bruce Banner, and the Hulk, and the engine room. Recently, Bruce Banner, with the help of some unseen magical hand, has built a mind palace inside the Hulk's body. He has now assumed control of the physical form of the Hulk and now pilots this Hulk ship from the deck of his command center. The ship itself is powered by the Hulk's own persona, trapped in the engine room and tortured by a series of never-ending and always growing adversaries. In short, the hotter the engine room burns, the stronger the Hulk ship becomes. It was with this power that Bruce set out to search through the multiverse of dimensions to find a place of solace. Somewhere the heroes of Earth could not find him, could not persecute him for his crimes in the place called El Paso. Whatever the truth about these crimes is, even I don't know. But perhaps we shall soon find out, because in this very moment, against the battleground of strange and unseen worlds roaring across the in-between spaces of reality, it is here that our stories collide. As we see Thor and the Hulk collide and starts a battle. Thor yells, "Stop this, Banner, I know you can hear me. Somewhere deep inside. Control your rage." And Hulk says to Thor, "Shut up." As he punches him in the face, the two then land on a planet called Sakreen. A planet that looks very similar to Adventure Time, might I add. Anyway, with Thor knocked out and on the ground, his father, aka Mjolnir, as Odin's soul is now inside of Mjolnir, says, "Get up, boy. If the ape wants to battle, then let's..." But Thor interrupts saying, "Will you let me handle this, father?" Bruce then says in his mind, "I need a full system and engine check. Computer, run diagnostic on hull integrity." Betty, or the Titan persona, then says, "This isn't going to be like your other fights, Bruce." Meanwhile, Odin is still talking to Thor saying, "Damn it, boy, just listen to me. Let me loose, and I'll..." But Thor says, "There are innocent creatures on this planet. I will not allow you to wage all-out war until..." But Odin then interrupts saying, "Oh, grow up and get to work, son. This planet will..." Thor says, "Nay, damn you. Sif will find us a suitable place for combat." Then back in Banner's mind, Betty says, "You've done this before. Do you really think you could beat him this time? After everything that..." Banner says, "Enough, Betty." Speaking to their inner voices, Hulk says, "Leave me alone." And Thor says, "That is final." They both ask each other, "Who are you talking to?" before just staring at each other and attacking. But before they collide, Sif uses the Bifrost to teleport them to the Black Hand of God. The Watcher then narrates saying, "The Black Hand of God, built from a severed hand of a celestial. It is home to the greatest and most gruesome fighting tournaments any universe has ever known, where galactic fortunes are won and lost by the tearing of flesh, the speed of the blade, or the metal of a warrior's heart. Here champions are forged forever in blood and bone, their names carved into the halls of eternity. It is known by all who quest across the stars as the most violent, vicious, and gore-soaked corner of hell to ever exist in the multiverse." And once they arrive, the announcer for this battle arena says, "It would seem we have some new challengers, ladies and gentlemen. Place your bets now as we present the Green Scar, the indestructible immortal Hulk, versus the Golden Avenger, the Thunder King, the mighty Thor." As we get a Mortal Kombat / Street Fighter video game face-off, and it's brilliant. The page even says, "Round 1. fight. Banner then speaks through the Hulk to Thor saying, listen to me, you can't. But Thor just hits him across the face with Mjolnir saying, 17. The Hulk asks, 17? What are you talking about? Thor says, have you forgotten already? Is killing this easy for you now? 17, Bruce. 17 people dead in El Paso. Thor then lands on top of Hulk, leaving his hammer on his back, pinning him to the ground. Thor continues to say, 17 people dead because of you. I am sorry, Bruce, but I believe you and I both know it was always going to end this way. One could only cage a monster for so long, and so this falls to me, old friend. I'm afraid this is goodbye. If it eases you, I will not revel in this victory. I will always know you as... But the Hulk interrupts saying, that wasn't me. Thor, please, let me up. I can... But Thor says, please, stop. Mjolnir will not be moved, and neither shall I. As the Hulk screams and rages at this point, Banner inside the engine room says, computer, increase engine room to level 8 and hold. The computer says, but sir, we are pinned down by the hammer of Thor. It cannot be moved. No matter how strong or angry we... Banner asks, how do you know that? The computer says, your memory file, sir. I have access to every fight that you have. Banner says, exactly. Give me full haptics. Slave controls to me. I'm going in. Banner then says, I'm not scared. The computer tells him, sir, if I may, the Hulk has fought him, not you. Banner tells the computer, exactly. We fought harder. Let's fight smarter. The computer then finds all the files and Banner says, give it to me. I want to feel it. Every punch, every battle. I want to feel it. Do it right now. So the computer does, as we see all their past battles on screen behind Banner as he screams in pain. Back on the outside though, we see Thor looking at the Hulk saying no, as the Hulk pushes himself up and through the hammer, impaling himself as the hammer sticks to the ground, tearing a hole in Hulk's stomach, as Thor stares in shock. Hulk then just stands up looking down at Thor saying, pick up your hammer. Thor replies, aye, as he calls Mjolnir to himself through the hole in Hulk's stomach. The Hulk then smiles saying, now, where were we? He then grabs Thor by the head and says, oh yeah, Hulk, smash, as he slams Thor into the ground by his head. Odin then says, get up, boy, what are you doing? Thor replies, I'm trying, damn you. Odin then says, fine, must I do everything? As we see Mjolnir fly away from Thor, Banner then says, trying what? Trying to breathe? To move? Sorry, Thor, I tried to reason with you. I did, but you are not going to take me in. I'm sorry. I am, but this is where this ends. Hulk then looks up saying, ha, is that rain? You think your thunderstorms are going to hurt me? Thor says, not thunder, that was Mjolnir breaking the sound barrier. Hulk says, what? As we see Thor stomp Hulk, catch Mjolnir, and whack the Hulk across the face with it. While Thor is holding his hammer that's possessed with his father, Odin says, Thor, listen to me. When I struck Hulk, I felt something. Thor says, wrong? Yes, I feel it as well. It's as if he's possessed. Odin tells him, not possessed, no, haunted. Let me loose, son, I have an idea. Thor agrees, saying aye. Letting his father go, saying, Banner, if you will not relent, if you will not listen to reason, then perhaps you will listen to this. As Mjolnir smashes right into the Hulk's face. Banner then yells, evasive maneuvers, now, but it's too late. We then see Banner in the command center saying no, as a voice outside says, Bruce Banner, I would have words with thee. As we see Odin appear before Banner, and just like that, the issue comes to an end with a to be continued in Thor issue 25. But there you have it, guys, Hulk issue 6 and the start of the Hulk vs. Thor Banner of War story. It's no secret I'm a massive fan of Donny Cates, and I think this issue is another home run for him. Like much of his work, Banner of War is just classic superhero action and fun so far. The fight sequences are especially crazy. That bit where the Hulk pushed himself through the hammer was nuts. So I cannot wait to see what other crazy things happen as two of Marvel's strongest heroes continue to wage war against one another. But what did you guys think? Let us know down in the comments. First up for the week of the 18th, we have The Flash issue 782, the Speed Force on lockdown. Some of the rogues are plotting something big inside Iron Heights, and the Flash goes inside to root out the plot. Now we have Nightwing issue 92. Bloodhaven Mayor Melinda Zuko is in trouble pretending to work for Blockbuster while secretly trying to take him and his gang of criminals down, while also working alongside Dick Grayson to uplift the city. Here we have Shadow War Zone issue 1, a special issue that showcases the spread and impact of the Shadow War on the DCU. Talia al Ghul has put out a hit on anyone who has ever worked with Deathstroke, and that includes Black Canary. Now we have Star Wars Han Solo and Chewbacca issue 2. The heist is on. Han, Chewie, and Greedo have to pull off an impossible heist for Jabba the Hutt, but who can Han trust? And finally we have Thor issue 25. The 60th anniversary celebration and Thor and Hulk's epic rivalry continues in the second installment of the crossover between Hulk and Thor series. And that's gonna bring today's episode to a close, but if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this one right here. And if you like all of our content, like, subscribe, and comment. You guys know the deal. But other than that, I'll see you next time when I talk about all things comics.